Our last appearance tonight is Harry Kibler. Harry can come on up.
Mr. Chairman, members of the Greenville County Delegation, my name is Harry Kibler. I'd like to express my concerns about the condition of our state and government in South Carolina in general. For decades, we have been asking our legislature for laws concerning such things as school choice, real tax reform, real government reform, real ethics reform. We've even asked for things such as registration by party and a host of other issues. Each year, legislation gets sponsored to deal with these issues, but each year, the legislation dies in committee or on the floor. Since South Carolina is known as one of the most conservative states in the nation, and the fact that our state has a majority of Republicans elected to our state house, it causes one to question why such legislation fails to become reality in our state year after year for decades. After much research, the root of the problem has come to light. Our legislators, Republican and Democrat, no longer listen to the will of the people. For too long, we have approached problems from the standpoint of conservative versus liberal, or Republican versus Democrat, when in fact, legislators pay lip service to their constituents regardless of political persuasion and ideology. So then, who are legislators listening to? Millions of dollars are given to our legislature each year from special interest groups such as Blue Cross and Blue Shield and dozens of associations throughout South Carolina. In addition to this glaring example of distorting responsibilities to our citizens, we have another troubling issue to deal with. Many legislators have manipulated their legislative authority to personally benefit from legislation and the budget process. This can be evidenced by recent revelations concerning Representative Cobb Hunter, Senator Ford, and Speaker Harrell. We have asked repeatedly for an opportunity to curb the tide of legalized corruption that thrives in South Carolina. South Carolina is the only state in the nation that does not require disclosure of non-governmental income. This income is often the very source of conflicts of interest and corruption. At this time, more than 30 lawmakers have voluntarily disclosed their non-governmental income sources. Voluntary income source disclosure will not prevent every incident of abuse of office, but it will certainly help curb the practice of personal gain from public service. I'm not accusing any legislator in this delegation of abuse of office, corruption, or personally gaining from your service. However, I am asking you to show great leadership in our state by setting an example for other legislators. I have a copy of an income source disclosure for each member of this delegation and humbly request you consider achieving a greater level of transparency for your constituents. Your participation will not cost you anything, but failing to lead on this important issue will cost us plenty. Thank you.
Thank you. Any questions from the delegation? Okay, thank you, Mr. Kibler. I do want to recognize a couple of elected officials that have joined us tonight.